Today, I want to ask you why detachment is said to be the greatest drug there is.
What a rich question. When we are detached, our emotional body is not hunkered down waiting for freeze, flight, or fight. Detachment says that this is bigger than the little me. And the little me is the personality and the emotional body that just drags us through space and time. And that was something that Maitreya had said, that detachment is the greatest drug. And why would we do drugs, alcohol, etc. anyway? We do that because we are emotionally engaged. When we are detached, we are up in our sixth chakra. It starts in the heart, the fourth goes to the fifth, ability to speak your truth, and the sixth, which is in between your eyebrows, the ajna center, that's your intuition. And your soul, which is a master on its own plane, is always saying, it doesn't matter in the long run. Look at what your part is in this. What did you come here to do? And that gets into, we can't be detached if we don't know who we are. We can't be detached if we are constantly looking at someone else to tell us what to do. And how do we do that? We try to attach to kindness. Now, there's a good attachment. If we say, no matter what happens, I'm going to be kind, and I don't mean somebody physically trying to hurt you, but if we are detached, we will not care, so to speak. It doesn't mean that we're not involved, but not caring doesn't mean that you don't feel. If you have no belief in yourself or know what you believe, you'll attach yourself to any fashion or belief going around on social media or even what we see on the news. Now, that's very triggering. I get triggered by that. I'm no guru and no teacher. I'm just a normal Zoli. Just ask my husband. But you put yourself at risk of being controlled by predatory people, and they'll identify you as a mark, as a victim because of your flaky behavior. Are you a bad person? No, maybe you are just learning. Be kind to yourself and say, this doesn't feel right. What can I do? Now, a cult is really only three people. There's the magnetic person and just two other folks. Fashionable and loud social movements, they'll collect you into their mass consciousness. And you'll drone your way through life and continue to wear their clothing, their beliefs, and engage in social behaviors demanded of you by their fast changing flakiness. These are insecure people. Are they bad? Not necessarily. What I'm wanting to connect with you is the idea of detachment. And to be detached, we have to know something about ourselves. It doesn't happen all at once. If you have developed no core identity with clear boundaries, you'll become, I would say, oppositionally defiant to those authority figures in touch with the reality that we all share, which is called life. We share a certain reality and it can change in 1700s, 1800s, whatever. Now those things change. And find out what that is. Children are taught this in school, right? This is the mores, these are the behaviors that work in society. Now, if you're in a cultic situation, being taught by people who are dogmatic and really just want to control you, that's not good. So I won't get into that. Your personal beliefs are non existent that faces the clear light of day. So the clear light of day says it's not personal. If you don't know who you are and what your boundaries are, you won't like rules, laws, or anybody disagreeing with this pursued fantasy that we have. We pursue fantasies when we don't know what works. It's a learning tool. It doesn't mean you're bad or they're bad. We have to try on all these different hats, right? We have to try on beliefs and behaviors and see how they work. And if you don't know who you are and what you are with these boundaries, you're not going to like those rules or be able to go by them because you'll be sure that they don't work, that they don't work. Some of them do, some of them don't. But you can get yourself in a crap load of trouble. Prisons are full of it by people who don't like those things. And if that's what you prefer, find yourself a deserted island or some cave in the Gobi Desert to live in, you know. Otherwise, you'll have to live with other people, lots of them. And maybe some of those people know who they are. And maybe who they are is to control you. Now, that said, you won't pop up one morning with all the answers to the grand mystery of your existence, you know. It's always a work in progress. We're always learning and growing and then assessing that. There'll be periods of downtime. But you can start to set boundaries. And maybe that's the first thing to do. What do you believe and what don't you believe? And just start with one thing, maybe. Well, this happens to me over and over, and I don't like it and I don't believe in it, but it keeps happening. Well, why? Find out why. I'm not you. I don't know what those things are, but I believe in the power of the human spirit. We're gifted with free will, and the Holy Spirit works through that free will. And that free will is sacrosanct. And you are not allowed in the long run to totally devastate other people's free will to control them because you don't know who you are. So, detachment to me is everything that I have said in a nutshell gets down to who are you? What do you believe? And the more you get the confidence, we're not born with confidence, but the more you get the confidence by practicing a little bit at a time, you'll find that detachment is easier.